Hey, Chris. How are you? I am so sorry about last night. My internet was down since 1:30 yesterday. I was boiling because I knew you were so looking forward to this. So we're going to wait till people get in here, and then we're going to take off, and I'm going to let you take the lead, buddy. Hey, Cher. Hey, Ohio. How are you? While we're waiting, I'm sure you all heard the bad news. I know one of my mods are on her way. She's baking some banana bread. Doesn't that sound delicious? Hi, Lake. So we really need to lift up Nicole Bowen's family right now. Hey, Nico. How you doing? Even though it doesn't look like it in the background, I've been cleaning all day. That's just, I was going to cook. I decided to get Arnie's pizza, and I called my grandson up here and said, don't make a mess. But he did, as you can see in the background, but oh well. Hey, Tin. Banana bread. Sounds yummy. I got some banana muffins the other night when I told you I was looking for cornbread. But man, they were too sweet for me. Hey, Lafayette. How you doing? Speaking of, I did make my ham and beans last night, and I made some cotton country cornbread. I'd never had it before. It's white. Oh, it was delicious. So we're going to talk about the Daybells. We're going to wait for everybody to show up. A few more should be coming. It was. I got hot and opened the windows. Then I got cold, shut one of them, and I kept going back and forth. But that's me. I was cleaning too, so. My lips are getting chapped again. This weather. Hey, Karen, how are you? Yeah. Yeah, like before you got here, I said we really need to lift up her family. It's really, I was telling my husband before I came on here that, it's really sad they didn't even notify them. And they're supposed to, hey, there's my auto. I did not, and they are supposed to do that. And they didn't follow protocol because they're supposed to hold until the other county comes. And evidently, they didn't do that according to the phone call. So we're waiting on a few more. See if a few more shows up, and then we're going to take off on this Daybell case. I got that email, Chris. I haven't been able to look at that yet. I'm sorry. My internet was really bad last night. I mean, I was able to get on. I had one itty bitty bar. Then I had two. I was able to get on. I got on Mel's podcast. I got on her YouTube. I was buffering. I got off and on, and I was able to read two emails, and then it took forever to send them back out. That was one to Chris. A hybrid. Yep, she's out. And then the other was to Otto. My signal stinks out here on data. I was actually more upset, I think. I was handling it worse than my grandson, believe it or not. I couldn't even get to my Bible study that was online. I was really disappointed. I was able to watch my recorded movies on my DVR. So let's see. Let's see if a couple more. See if a couple of my other mods come in yet. Yes, Karen. It's bad because they didn't at least notify the family, and they should do that. In some form of way, I'm not surprised. And it is very sad. Hey, Babs. Hey, Cher. Oh, I already said hey to Cher, but I just saw you. You guys are going to have to excuse me. I'm not totally with it. My mind's kind of all over the place right now. I could use some tin. My husband's found not very many out here yet, but he's found a few. But that would be nice. Thank you, Tin. With some banana bread, too. Yes, Karen, very true. Me too, Lake. Me too, yes. Yeah. Okay, so the Daybell case. Is this case crazy or what? Can it get any more crazy? What conclusion is everybody at? I watched the Dateline special last Friday. I had the other one recorded, so I had watched Incognito's video last week, and she had, well, the video that she had issues with, and so she had suggested everybody watch the Daybell. So I had clicked on, it had already started recording, so I had clicked on the wrong one, and I'm like, well, this is a rerun. And somebody had messaged me, and I said, well, I saw that already. Well, then the next day or two, I looked, and I'm like, now, wait a minute. So I clicked on it again, and, oh, yeah, Randy will probably want some, Tin. Oh, thank you, Tin. That's awful nice of you. Such a sweetheart. And then I realized, because also as it was playing on TV too, live, you know, and it was showing parts that had already been showed in the first one. So I thought it was a rerun. But anyway, so I clicked on the 5-1 episode, and I realized it was a new one. I'm so dingy, you know, y'all know that. Anyways, my conclusion from watching that was those poor kids are not alive. Right, Chris. I agree. I don't believe those children are alive anymore. Because of what? For the same reason her husband isn't alive and Chad's wife isn't alive. I don't believe those children are alive. I'm surprised Randy's not here. He probably will show up. Randy talks on this case a lot. I hope I didn't even look to see who's live. I don't think Randy's live right now. Right, Ohio. And my heart goes way, way, way out for those grandparents and for her son, Colby. That poor kid. I mean, wow. And her niece, Melanie, is it? She's a liar. Oh, yes, 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 Chris. But the latest husband, you know, I'm not as up to date on this as you are, Chris. I just remember her latest husband. The reason he is dead is because they believed he was possessed, or she did. So do I, Nick. Okay, Karen. I know, Ginger. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I am too. I'm so upset that they did not notify you guys, because they absolutely should have. They absolutely should have. Although I'm not surprised that they didn't. As I look back to the day she got bond, or, they gave her bond. And like I said, they didn't follow protocol when they let her bond out from that jail and released her. They were supposed to hold her for White County. They were supposed to hold her and call White County and tell them she's bonded out and is available for them. So that was wrong. I agree with that too, Otto. Um, what's I gonna say? Yes, Babs, they will. If I think my personal opinion is she'll run, but I hope I'm wrong on that. And if she does, I hope they find her, because that will add more charges to her. True, Chris, but I think they're starting to become explainable. And that's why I think, if it wasn't clear to me before, and I was holding out hope that those kids were alive, after watching that Dateline episode, it's very evident that they're not, and it's sad. And that niece of hers, Melanie, I could tell. I could watch her actions, her face, her mouth move. She's a liar. She's covering up for her aunt. She knows everything. Ashley does have a warrant, Ohio gal from White County. They seem to act like, though. I mean, I don't know if anybody else caught this when Mel was on the phone with them. I mean, I didn't think they seemed all that surprised or all that. Is it just me? I didn't seem, I don't think they seemed all that. I don't know. I think somebody else had gotten a hold of them already. I don't think Mel was the first person they'd talked to. Or am I the only one that feels that way? White County. That could be like, and that's what I was thinking about the other people, like the followers that had left, like that Angela that left, all that she was telling and stuff. That was going through my mind. Is she scared now for speaking out? Yeah, but why? But my thing is, then why is I'm talking about Lori's niece, Melanie. Why speak out at all then? Why talk at all? Why put yourself in this at all? So she purposely goes on there to try to make things look better and to just do a whole cover up. That's what she did. She purposely did that. I mean, if she just shouldn't have done anything or put herself in. She didn't have to talk to Dateline, but she did. And I think it was part of the plan for Lori. Because she could have just kept her mouth shut and stayed out of it. She could have refused to talk to Dateline altogether. But instead she talks to them and she lies the whole time. That's what I think, Ohio. I think she is too. Because as a matter of fact, in the beginning of the show, she said, I'm going to speak out. So I think it was all a plan to just try to cover more up. And then I guess I'm confused with the husband. Is she still with the husband that was working for the FBI now? Or did she divorce him after? And I love that song, Nick. I love that group. I used to listen to them all the time. Black Crows. Hey, Sabrina. Yeah, I could just tell. I mean, I was watching her and I was just like, and I was talking to my mom about it because my mom had already watched it. And she told me, she said, "Hey, that was a good Dateline." I said, "That's a rerun. I already saw it." And because I thought it was, I thought because I clicked on the wrong episode. But so then after I watched it, I was telling my mom, I said, "Man, that niece of hers, she's lying, man." Well, yeah, I guess you're right, Chris. I mean, I just question why this Chad's not in jail. I mean, it says on paper he's under investigation for these charges. I don't understand why they haven't been able to arrest him. And it makes you wonder what he's thinking. Is he nervous? Is he scared? Who's going to rat on who? Okay, Ginger. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. We're gonna get back to um the family tomorrow night, honey. We were supposed to discuss this case last night. I lost my internet. Um, so this was planned for tonight, and then this happened with Ashley. Um, we're gonna get back to that tomorrow night. You get some rest, or try to. Love you, sweetheart. Hi, Sharon. It's easier to say everyone, Sharon. That's what I do. Well, I don't know why my camera keeps blinking. I don't know if you guys see that. Um, we love you, Ginger. I mean, it looks like everybody thinks it was Lori's brother. And I mean, that's kind of what I think right now. Did he share? Is he live? Live? And he doesn't leave them up. I hate that because then I miss them. Um, but that's what I'm thinking, Chris. I mean, it could have been Chad, I reckon. Who do you think, Chris? Yes, Sharon, it's true. July, Sabrina, and Ashley's due in August. I didn't get one, Cher. That's weird. Yeah, I did. I just didn't get one on my computer. But it's not live. He just uploaded one. So that's good. At least it doesn't show live. Yeah, Ashley's in August, Sabrina. Alex Cox's wife, or possibly Chad. See, I gotta get all these names straight. I just know my heart breaks for her son and the grandparents. Oh, I would be going crazy if I was in their place. I would, oh, possibly, Sharon. It wasn't on the news, at least the 5 o'clock news, because as soon as I got a text about it, it was 5 o'clock, and I ran to my TV. It wasn't on there. We don't, Sabrina. Alex Cox is the one brother who you think did it. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, Chris. So you think you mean his ex-wife? You think it could have been Melanie? Or his, oh, no. I know who you're talking about. Yeah, and see that his death was awful suspicious too. And I thought that was all funny how she's his wife, but Lori had to call her and have her go. No, yeah. Lori called her, told her that he wasn't feeling well. So then she called, if I get this right, she spoke with her son, and then he all of a sudden calls 911. I mean, she's the wife, but she didn't know how her own husband was doing. His sister had to call the wife and tell her. Did anybody else find that suspicious? Yeah, his new wife. Me too, Nick. I don't think so yet, Brick. They're still waiting on Chad's Chad's wife, Tammy's, aren't they? At least as of I'm still trying to get all caught up on that. This case is crazy. She wasn't home, Sharon, but I mean, still, it happened so fast, because otherwise, if this was something that had been, you know what I'm trying to say. It's just very suspicious. It's just very suspicious. I mean, Lori's in jail, and she calls the wife to tell the wife that he's not feeling well. But they say she's not a suspect. That's crazy. All these crazy cases, guys. I watched another crazy one last night. It was on Dateline. You know, I had it recorded. I don't know how old it was. And I'm not going to go into great detail because I don't want to, get away from this. But it was just crazy. And then at the end, it had me thinking, is the wrong guy in jail? Possibly. I don't think so, but it could be possible that it was this other guy. He's walking free and the cop's in jail, and it wasn't the cop after all. It's just crazy. It is, like, there's so much, and but all these cases now that are out and about, they're like real life movies, and they're just so, it's just nuts. And then it's these autopsy results. Sometimes it's like they know in days. Sometimes they know in just a couple weeks. And then sometimes it takes 6 weeks, 8 weeks, months. It's like, drives me insane too. Well, the one friend was somewhat defending Lori's brother, saying how sweet he was and how wonderful he was, how he'd never do this, how he'd never do that. But then she saw him on TV, then she knew he was, lying, but then she said this wasn't him. This was all Lori's doings. So, okay, 10. I didn't either. I didn't know about Adam either. I just feel terrible. I just feel terrible for Oliver. Oliver's on my brain. I feel terrible for Colby, the son, and I awful for the grandparents. And I don't know if subconsciously they somewhat, but I think that they are holding out some hope that they're alive. At least that's the way they talk. And I just feel so bad for them because I just do not believe they're alive. I don't. I just feel like they would have produced them by now. Somebody would have. And I think that she wouldn't have stopped communicating with her son like that. And I don't think Tylee would have. I just think it's awful. I mean, it made me cry. I mean, you guys know I'm an emotional person anyways. I've been super emotional this week. I mean, I've been going through it. I was just, how can a mother do that to her child? Just whisk away with her other two kids and never say another word to him and not let him speak to his other siblings. Okay, Chris. He's something else, Nick. I'm telling you, he is. And Radar said he don't bark. He's not a barker. Yes, he is. But you know what? He's like a 1-year-old human. A lot of times. He's just like a toddler. He's spoiled. He wants to be held all the time. They're just like kids. But he is on guard all the time. And he'll bark at my husband. He'll bark at my grandkids. He'll bark at every little noise he hears. He's got better ears than my big dogs. Ain't nobody getting past down the freaking road, I'm telling you. It is, Babs. It's so sad. Sometimes I wish I wasn't so into true crime. I don't mean this in a bad way, but it's so emotional. And it's so, I don't know how to say it, but it is. It's so emotional. It's so, she's not saying anything. He wakes you up, Sharon. I'm not kidding you. Like, my grandson will walk through, because you got to go through my bedroom to get to the stairs, and he'll walk through, and if Oliver's asleep, it like scares him or something, and he'll start that bark. He don't pee in the house. But he didn't. I never heard him bark when I talked to her on the phone. I never hear her dogs bark ever, unless they have a reason to. So she's keeping her mouth shut good too. So is that freaking Chad. You're right, Chris. Chris, I just want you to know, and my mods can vouch, I was so upset last night, and I was so worried about you being upset and about my internet being down and me not being able to do this tonight. or I mean, last night. You can ask 10 and Sharon. Crime's not here. She's probably exhausted. But because I knew how bad you wanted to do this, and my internet went down, and oh man, I mean, and then my email, it kept just spinning because of my data. It wouldn't go out, wouldn't go out. Finally, it did. You probably didn't even see it till today. He is Sabrina too. I'm not kidding you. He rules these others. He does. Now, once in a while, Sadie gets tired of his crap, and she'll give him a little snap. Like, she don't bite him, but she'll just, like, she'll snap, but not at him. Not, she won't snap him. She'll just snap to let him know. But, them little dogs, they think they're Rottweilers. What channels? Well, you guys aren't going to be able to tell me that because I got New Wave. Speaking of, not happy with him right now. I don't know if I get Court TV anymore. I know Randy said that's who talks about him all the time, but I don't know. And I used to love that channel, but I don't believe I get it anymore. Props to all you bakers out there. I don't like to bake. I mean, I'll bake food, but I won't bake cookies, bread, cakes, none of that. I don't have the patience, the time, and I'll burn. Well, hi, Lala. How you been? Got all my peeps here tonight. I'm missing Crime, though. Oh, but then there's Cincinnati. Oh, yeah, 10. I'm going to tell you, New Wave, though, I've always loved them. I mean, when I first moved to Camden, their speeds were better than Comcast and everything. And like I said, I've got the bundle. So I've got one bill, and that's the way it was with Comcast in Lafayette. Sorry, Chris. I'll get back to this in a minute. I'm gibbering for a second. And even when I lived in Camden, yes, there was maybe 3 times the whole 5 years I lived there. They'd go down. And that is any company. But, and like I said, we can, I can be on my computer, Mom can, the kids can be playing their game, tablets, phones, everything, and still, but I'm telling you what, the last 3 weeks, you guys know, I have complained, or I've been down, not able to get on, 3 weeks, 2 times a week. And it's just all uncalled for. And I know it might be out of their control, but still, it makes me mad. And for 3 weeks, it was on a Monday every time. And I believe also on Wednesday. And it's just suspicious to me. And they said it was because of a fiber cut this last time. And last night I was just boiling. I was mad because I know Chris has been wanting to talk about this. I promised him, and then boom, and my data was, I didn't have any way to get a hold of him, but email, I couldn't get it out. I've been emotional this week anyway. I couldn't get to my Bible study. I was, and then when you pay for something, and I wasn't only unhappy for myself, I know there's lots of people that are working from home and they're using New Wave. And, in this area. And I went on their Facebook page, and everybody that was complaining, they'd get the same exact response back. Anyway, I mean, I've been happy with them up till now, and sure, I could switch, but then I'd have to get a different TV company, a different phone, a different, and it's just be inconvenient. So I don't know. Anyways, I'm sorry. I just wanted to gripe a little bit. Let's get back to this, guys. I'm sorry if I missed anybody coming in. Lake soda's mine. I think it's just a little dog thing. Hey, ask my bestie about her dog. Or my other friend, her dog. I can be there visiting for an hour, and if I just stand up, Coco barks at me like I'm, that's kind of what like Oliver does. But you know what? Hey, there are kids. Oh, yeah, Otto. This week I've just been, I don't know. I've been depressed kind of in a way, I want to say for no reason, but then again, I'm overwhelmed, so I can't say that. But yeah, you're right. I really need some brownies. So let's get back to it. Chris, buddy, like I said, you're taking the lead on this. I'm trying to think of what else really threw me when I watched that Dateline. I mean, because that's really what, when I watched that Dateline episode, I was just really blown away. The things that Chad has put in these people's heads. This is a cult. And, oh, that's another thing. Her niece said, Melanie said that it's not a cult. Try to stay out of the camera, babe. But it is. I mean, it definitely is some type of cult. I mean, he's got people believing that. I mean, he had Lori believing her husband was possessed or a zombie. And he had these other people believing that he had that Angela girl that spoke out. Oh, that's right, Tan. That's right. I saw that on my bestie's. Hey, hon, yeah. Full flower moon tonight. Sabrina. Okay, she knows my husband. He goes, yeah. She stood up with me at my wedding. She's known my husband as long as I have. Anyway, so Chris says, I think it's funny that there's more lawsuits against Chad and Lori. But does it surprise you, Chris? Super moon to boot, 10. Yeah, I'm going to go look when I get done here. I'm going to. Probably cloudy out there. My husband said it's probably cloudy out there. Weren't they like doomsday preppers? Yes, Lake, yes. They believe. Is it July 22nd? Yes, it is July 22nd. And I remember that for sure because that is one of my niece's birthdays. So now, like Randy and I were talking about this on the phone. Come July 22nd, Lori's still sitting in jail. Not in the kingdom as she so thinks, because Jesus hasn't came back. Then what? However, guys, we don't know. Nobody knows when he's coming. The Bible says he's going to come as a thief in the night. I mean, I'll crap my pants if that's when. Of course, we'll all forget about this. I mean, it won't even come to mind. But the Bible also says we're not supposed to do any of what they're doing. We're not supposed to make predictions. We're not supposed to, we're not supposed to do what they're doing. What they're doing is very wrong. And if they read their Bible, they would know what the 144,000 are. They're not part of it. It's really sad. I mean, I really feel sorry for them in a way. It's really sad. And it's really scary. And like I was telling Randy, because Chad Daybell had predicted this once before. I think in 2016, correct me if I'm wrong, somebody, Chris, he had predicted that the world was going to come to an end in 2016. But it didn't. And when it didn't, he had some kind of an explanation for his followers. So I am shocked that he has the following that he does, and that somebody would believe his theory. Is it too cloudy, Sabrina? Did you, Otto? Chris says, I think the things that they believe in the Church of Latter-day Saints. I don't think they believe. I mean, Chris, I'm not sure. I'll have to find out. I have a really good friend that's a Mormon, and well, as a matter of fact, her one friend that thought, well, this must be meant to be. The one in Hawaii or Kauai or whatever. Remember? And she said, this isn't practicing of the Latter-day Saints. Now, I know who does at least believe the 144,000 part, and that's the Jehovah's Witnesses. I've had a couple friends that are Jehovah's Witnesses, and they do believe that they are part of the 144,000. And I've had some knock on my door. But really, the 144,000 are the 12 tribes of Israel, God's chosen people, way back in Genesis. And so they're really mixed up there. And I'm sure he has more than 144,000 in his following all across the world. Yes, they've made their life such a mess. And so many other people too. Brainwashing. And that's exactly what I can't think of the guy on Dateline. He said, and he even asked the lady that is no longer with them anymore, would you call this brainwashing? I most certainly would, but it's really scary and it's really sad that it would lead to all these deaths. And even though we don't know 100% for a fact, and I would love to be wrong. I don't think that I am. I think those poor children are dead. It sounds like that I'm buffering. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Okay, I'm back. I was buffering for a minute. Yeah, Ohio. Uh, the husband for sure. He was smart enough. He already knew ahead of time that Lori was planning to kill him. Oh yes, Chris. It's almost though like Lori changed so fast and so dramatically. Um, well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm a little wrong. Um, because her husband saw a change in her, like, wasn't it like what, 4 months or something? And didn't he file for divorce? And he told his sister, and he texted that one guy. But to hear her friend talk about how she was, what kind of person she was, and then her son, but she did have a pattern with men, didn't she? Right, Chris. Okay, Sabrina. He was smart enough to sign his insurance papers or his life insurance over to his sister. I was wondering through as I was watching Dateline if some or most of that money could have bought those kids back. Yes, Ohio. When she met Chad. It's scary though, because there's so many more groups or cults out there like that. Things like this happening out there that haven't surfaced, probably. That we don't know about, or cases, or things that have happened, and this could have been behind. You know what I'm trying to say? Sometimes I can't get out what I'm trying to say. I would say mostly money. Maybe for Lori, it may be a little of both. But for Chad, I don't know what it would be for Chad. I don't think it's love for him. Do you, Chris? I bet there's a lot more secrets that we are going to find out about him. A lot more. Exactly, Lala. And I am so sorry. I know that you are probably still so overwhelmed over that. Hi, Mel. Really, Chris? Very true, Ohio. Very true. Very true. And Melanie said, well, that was already planned. They were already moving. Do you guys believe that? I don't. I don't believe that at all. Oh, I bet, Lala. I bet it is. I'm so sorry. What do you think, though, Chris? You think that? I think that. I really do. I bet we're going to find out so many more secrets about Chad that, I mean, I I mean, I don't think we've even, I mean, I think this case is just going to get crazier and crazier before it's over with. Ginger was here, Mel. She's very upset, as expected. Um, she went to try to get rest. She's going to be with Cheryl tomorrow. I told her that we were going to be going back to the case tomorrow. Tomorrow night, we're going to go back to talking about the case. This was planned for tonight, since I couldn't get it done tomorrow night, or last night. Yeah, Chris, that's I can believe that one. That's a good call. I agree, Ohio. I agree. I mean, I'm telling you, I did not believe a word she was saying. I didn't think she was even a halfway good liar. I could tell she was getting nervous when she spoke. She wasn't. She would laugh when I called her right when I called it. I said she is lying. And like I said, she didn't have to talk to Dateline. So she came on there. It was planned to try to make everything look better, look good, cover up. Well, she didn't do a very good job, in my opinion. I agree, Lala. She's obviously not worried about her kids. And that's what breaks my heart, because she would not reach back to her son, Colby. That broke my heart. And she would not let him speak. to his siblings. Now, Chad didn't go to her last hearing, right, Chris? Am I correct? Oh, yes, Chris. Yeah. Me too. I know, Ohio. I know. I mean, I cried, which I'm so see, that's kind of funny, don't you think? That's weird. I'm buffering. And because of this virus, you can't talk to anybody at New Wave except for tech support, which is good, but it's not good when you need to complain or, get down to business. Well, I didn't catch that. Well, that is very, very suspicious. Absolutely. What were they, Chris? What were the charges that Brandon filed on Melanie? I told you were going to take the lead. Hey, hon, you don't work tomorrow?
No.
Oh, wonder what you're still doing up. Well, woohoo! Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Oh, Chris, can you guys still see me? Okay, I wasn't sure. Ohio wanted to know what the charges were on Brandon. I do now. Yeah, I do. But I didn't see I was waiting on Chris to answer, and then I got an important message. So I was answering that, but I didn't see no activity, so I thought, did I get cut off? Auto. Is Chris still here? I see 2 people left. I don't know who. Yeah, wash your hands, Otto. Well, Ohio, I'm not sure what the charges that Brandon filed on Melanie. He might be looking at them up for us, maybe. Okay, now I'm back up. Well, I was up 16, now it went down to 14. I just know that it's a very, very crazy case. And but it's sad too. Oh, okay, Ohio. Well, Chris has been real loyal at sending me stuff, but I've not been able to read every piece. But like I said, was getting ready to say, it's crazy, but it's terrifying and it's sad too. That one person can get this many people or this huge of a following. And like the Dateline guy said, brainwash them. And that's what he's done. And take it this far. And like I said, I bet they'll uncover more secrets. Are those secrets going to be more deaths? Otto, you're silly. No, Nick, they couldn't. You can't make this stuff up. I don't know how the grandparents are sleeping. And I don't know how the son is either. But on the flip side, how are they? But that's always our question, isn't it? How do they sleep at night? Or how do they live with themselves? I don't know about you, but I mean, we all, I've talked about it. Like I said, one day I will probably tell my whole story, but I think I've changed. I try to be a better person, but sometimes when I just say cross things to somebody or upset somebody that I care about, or get in an argument with somebody or something because at that time I feel like I had the right to, I have a hard time sleeping at night over that. Are you, Otto? Okay. Yeah, be safe. Um, I didn't say anything. Sometimes I say things, I'm buffering again. Or ask things of people for others, and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just keep things between me and my friends, unless, they ask. Chris is still here. You be really safe, Otto. Yeah, it'd be beautiful right now, probably. I'm not. It's spun a few times on my end, and then my camera keeps blinking. I don't know why. Might be the browser I'm using tonight. But I'm glad I'm not buffering on y'all's end. Yeah, Otto. He does. Well, daggone, I'm going to anyway. Y'all need to keep Otto in your prayers. Continue that, please. I'm sorry for the unfortunate ways that we've all met. That I am really thankful that God's put a lot of you in my life. That's coming from my heart. Okay, Chris. You want me to read it now, Chris? Ohio was asking. Yeah, Sharon. You know what I meant. Oh, man. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so daggone emotional this week. So anyways, and then I watch all these shows. My mom tapes these shows, and last night that's all I had to do. So there's this new show out. Well, new to me because I hadn't seen it, but I remember when my mom taped it, and she goes, "You might not want to watch it now." And I get my emotions from my mom's side of the family. It's called Council of Dads. You guys, any of you guys watch that? Like the first episode, they put everything in it. Really, Otto? That's cool. You haven't heard of it, Sabrina? It's a good show. It's called Council of Dads. At first, when I saw the preview of it, I'm like, what? You know, I mean, it didn't really look like it made sense, and kind of looked kind of like, nah. No, it's an awesome show. But in the first episode, everything happens in one freaking episode. And yeah, so I was bawling my eyes out. I think the charges against Melanie is related to the children of theirs because Brandon is in hiding in fear for his life. Well, I don't blame him. I don't blame him there. I mean, well, it's kind of obvious though, Chris. Whoever did that to him is the same person probably that showed up at Tammy Daybell's house because she made that report. The next day, she just dies, natural causes. They don't do an autopsy. Supposedly natural causes, right? Well, yeah, but his secrets are whoa. It's on cable, Sabrina. I can't remember what channel. Daggone it. It's on one of the channels, ABC, CBS, but if you go on demand and search, you'll find it, and then you can probably catch up on the episodes. But I'm telling you, it's a good show. And the first episode, I mean, it just has everything in it. I mean, it's like, bam. And there's only been 2 episodes. So I watched them both last night. It's really good. It is really good. I didn't think it would be, but it's just on my end then, Lala. I don't know. And that's good that you guys aren't losing me. Anatomy of a Murder. No, Otto, but I'll check it out. I don't know why. I have just always been. I have always, since I was younger, been, crime. I've just always loved it. But I've always worked in the medical field. It's weird. And I even went to college, for nursing. But then I switched my major to criminal justice. But all that happened last summer. I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever go back, but I guess what I'm doing right now is just fine. Yes, Lala. And I think you can retract it too, but I'll delete it. I'd love to friend you on Facebook. I know, Sabrina. And we do great detective work, don't we? Hey, there's a meme on Facebook that says the best, what's it say? The best, a mother can do better detective work than an FBI agent. And my son can tell you that's a fact, Jack. Hey, Cap, how you doing, buddy? Miss you. Hope you're well. I'm doing good, Captain. I'm just having an emotional week for no good darn reason, you know? Oh, my mom was getting ice out of the ice maker. You scared me for a minute, Sharon, when you said, "What's that noise?" I was like, I don't hear anything. And then I realized my mom got ice. They thought it was Oliver. Nick said he sounds like a coyote. Sabrina said, "Tell Dennis he's being too loud." I forgot he didn't have to work tomorrow. I forgot.
How'd he do that?
Friday, because they're only working 40 hours. I'm trying to keep my eyes on here for Lala. Always sounds like pots and pans dropping, huh? Probably why I'm really crying. Yep. Mom said hi, bestie. She said, "Is Sabrina on there?" Hi, Mom, Sharon said. She can't hear me now. She went in her room. That's how soundproof. Sabrina said, hi, Mama. She can't hear me now, though. I'll tell her. Her room is so freaking huge, you guys. She calls it the Queen's room. That's why I said those when I got those slippers that day, you know, the ones that said the Queen. Be better for her. The ones that said the coffee, be better for me. But I'm still waiting, Lala. You don't have to if you don't want to. Dennis said, tell Bestie I said hi. Yes, I did. I did, Captain, and I do not discuss Ron. I respect Ron's wishes. Your recliner's the Queen's throne. I don't even know what he's talking about anyway. That's old news. But you know, I'm not discussing Ron or his business with anybody. It's not even my business, so I'm not getting involved there. No offense, to Ron, Harvey or anybody, but I'm not getting involved with it. Oh, I know you do, bud. I'm sorry if my tone was out of place. I didn't mean for it to be. Nico. I think, this weather has been, one day it's nice, the next day it's cloudy, and then it's raining, then it can't make up its mind. It's messing with my mind. This whole week, I've just been overwhelmed, emotional. Like, for no, I'm not going to say no reason. I've got a lot on my mind, my heart's breaking for the families, and then I look at other cases, then I watch all these freaking sad shows. Why do I watch sad shows when I'm already emotional? I don't know, because I'm an airhead. Well, that's just fine, Lake. Just do me a favor, though, and send me a message and let me know it's you. Okay? Oh. Everybody see what Lala just posted? Because I'm getting ready to delete it. And now, Lala, make sure you vet everybody that does, because some people on here doesn't go by their real YouTube name, and we have creepers that watch in the background that will. So just vet everybody, okay? Everybody got it? Because I'm going to delete. If you didn't get it, message me. 1, 2, 3. I'm deleting it. If you didn't get it, just message me. Oh. It's not letting me delete it. Lala, I think you have to delete it. You have to go back and delete your message. It only will let me block you or put you in timeout. You should be able to go back and retract your message. It's because I'm on StreamYard, I think. I know if I was on regular YouTube, I'd be able to. I found you and I just friended you. You think it's running slow on here? Oh, I bet you are, Sabrina. Okay, bestie. Good night. Give Rosie hugs. Love ya. Thanks for coming. We'll probably get off here in a few minutes, too. It's almost 11. I haven't ate yet. I'm going to have me some barbecue pizza. That's my favorite from Arnie's. Well, that's a lie. I did have a couple pieces. But, I mean, I haven't ate. And I got to watch the rest of my show. I couldn't watch that last night either because it's on Hulu or ABC. It is on regular cable, but I got to catch up. I'm on episode 8. Short bus. I'm telling you, you guys, if you haven't started watching For Life, man, that's a good movie. It's emotional too, though. Parts of it. It's a true story. Oh, that's right. I have it locked down really good. You can message me, though. So send me a message and then I'll add you. Yeah. I locked myself down real good. Took me a couple years to do that, but I had to. I'll message you, Cher. Okay, Lake. Thank you. I'm on the short bus all the time, Otto. I'm going to have to kick my husband off the TV, though, in order to watch my show. You hear him laughing? He lets me do that, though, a lot. Well, I'll watch Hoosier's video first. And my Bible study. You're welcome, Lala. Thank you. Now, you want to talk about something. These drinks, I cannot go a day without. Yeah, I do, but our Roku on that TV's messed up, Sharon. I can do it probably on my phone or my iPad. And then I'll fall asleep. You have a link you can send me, Otto, to refresh my memory? I'm sure I know what you're talking about, but my mind has a blank right now. Oh. No. Never mind. I was thinking of something else. If you click on your message, Lala, there should be like 3 dots to the right. And if you click on those dots, it should give you options. Hi, Kanga. How you been, stranger? You doing okay? Oh, I'm sorry. How long ago was it, Otto? What are you looking for, Bubs? Dennis, is that you?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was our grandson. Oliver. Okay, Lake. Well, guess what? You don't have an add button either. Well, I don't know what we're going to do about that. How are we going to fix that? $5 or 10 years ago. Oh boy, Otto. I've been okay, Kanga. I've been busy too. My hair? Oh, goodness. Oh, you know what? Speaking of my hair, I use this. Have you guys ever heard of this? What's it called? I can't remember what it's actually called. It's in a pink bottle. A pink thing, and it's by that bed head or bead head. They call it slicker than snot. It's a detangler. Anyway, I put too much in my hair, and it left all kinds of flakes in my hair. Either that, I got dandruff really bad. It freaked me out. That could be, Sharon. Actually, that's probably what happened. I wish I knew what one you were talking about, Otto. Oh, Lala. I didn't see Lala say she was leaving. Good night, Lala. Sweet dreams. Thank you for coming. Yeah, it's our weather here. Kanga has been off and on. It's been freaking, gosh, we've had really nice weather. Then it's gotten cold. Then it goes, or it's like really nice. And then a couple hours later, the sun will go down. It gets real windy, and my lips are chapped. Trying to get chapped again because of it. Wouldn't have been enough. I must have missed something. Oh, it wouldn't have been enough. Well, it depends on how she filed her taxes. If she was able to claim her kids, which she shouldn't have been able to, but if she beat her grandma to the tax man, or if her grandma went ahead and let her claim them, share. How many kids does she have? 2? Or just, is that would have been 22? No, that still wouldn't have been enough. But what about her family? Would they have gotten stimulus? Maybe her dad went ahead and put up his property. $50,000. All it has to be worth. Oh, she's got 4 kids. Well, there you go then. Let's see. That's 1,200. 5 times 4 is another 2,000. Well, that's only 32. Who knows? You talking about my orange, Chris? I'm not kidding you. I love it. And I talked to my dietitian, and they said, as long as I'm drinking my water and my vitamin water's good. I didn't know she had that many kids. Special needs. Gosh, that's sad. Poor things. Kanga, though, we ain't really even had our spring yet. 5,000, Ohio. It was 5,000 or 50,000 surety. So if somebody put their property up, yeah, yearly tax return plus stimulus. Well, if they let her do it, and I mean, the tax people don't care. Somebody would have had to done that for her, though, wouldn't they? Or, I mean, I don't know, though. You don't know, Cher, how that jail works down there. They could have let somebody come. I don't know. I'm going to tell you, Tiffany County Jail don't let the things go. The things that go on at that jail, Tiffany County don't. Somebody needs to be coming in. I don't know who you call them, what they're called, but whoever, they need to come in there and investigate that place. "82 years old." I don't know, Sharon. I didn't know she had that many kids. Dump truck avoids a guy on a moped. Stopped in the road. He goes over the line, runs the bus off. It turns over. The guy on the moped is in the wrong. Speed limit is 55. Mopeds are not to exceed. There's not many mopeds that can go over 55, is there? Well, I mean, I don't know, Otto. I mean, I guess they can. Okay, Kanga. In the wreck, I think, Ohio. No. Sharon, no, I would not. You know, I didn't bond my son out. I didn't send him any money. And I barely took his phone calls. And that was over drug addiction. That was not over a violent crime. That was over, it was like, son, it is time for you to be sat down. And I know what drove you where you're at, but you cannot stay there. You have kids, and it is time that they be first in your life. And it is time for you to get out of that rut. And it is time for you to get yourself out of that rut. And I am not going to enable you. And I would be damned if my son murdered somebody, child, adult, or anybody. And if my son were any one of these piece of craps. No, I would not. No, absolutely not. That is my answer to you, Sharon. No. Now, do I feel bad for Ashley's family, Garrett's family? Yes, I do. Because, like Cheryl said, it's not their fault that their kids did this. And, of course, they still love their children. But they made an awful, 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 horrific decision when they took Nicole Bowen's life. And it was premeditated. And we know why. To cover up another murder. And I know must be hard on their family too. But absolutely no, I would not. No, I would not. So there's my answer. I don't know who bonded her out though, but you know, they blame Garrett. You know, they say Garrett made her do it, whatever. Well, not by what we know. I wouldn't put my money up and I wouldn't put my home up. Exactly, Chris and Cher. Was it Otto? I sure wish you could find it and send it to me. I don't remember that. I'll ask my husband. He might. And too bad Philip wasn't in here because I bet he remembers. I bet my other PI friend might too, but I haven't talked to him for about a week. Now, whereabouts on 24 was it, Otto? Like Cass County area or White County area, Burnettsville area? And you know what? Here's the neat thing about it, Sharon, is I feel like God sat my son down because he was in there for 40 days, 40 nights. Some might look at me and say, what? You're crazy. But 40 days, 40 nights. That's not very long, but 40 days, 40 nights. He'd been in there longer than that. But it was just different this time. It was the hardest 40 days and 40 nights he'd ever done. It better be the last 40 days and 40 nights he ever has to do. I know, Sharon. I know. And you know what? Who knows? I mean, you know how I feel and what I think. Maybe they know something about it. Maybe, I mean, who knows? Because, I mean, I know a lot of people do. I just can't. I can't be involved in that case anymore. I can't talk about it. I just can't. Okay, Sharon. Cigarette. Smoke one of these, then you don't have to ever leave us. I really think that's part of my problem. I think I'm really withdrawn from that. US 24 Speedway. Four years ago. I'm going to have to think on that, Otto, really hard. That's awesome, Sharon. That is awesome. It's 5 years, though, with my son. Did you find it, Ohio? $2008? Can you send me a link, Ohio? Yeah, I know. I saw they have those kind too, Cher. I used those once before, though, but I don't know what happened. I don't know if the juice leaked and got on me or but it made me feel some kind of way, man. I thought I can't even explain how. And so I never ever used that kind of vape again. I know I sound crazy right now, but I'm not playing. My husband can attest, so can my mom. It's not the kind of vape that you saw me try to use with my son, but I know the V-Use has those kind. I saw it at one of the gas stations, and I wondered, I was like, what kind is that? And I can tell it has to be the juice kind. But it's like, all of a sudden, why is it affecting me now? Because how long's it been, guys? Like, seems like about a month now. I guess maybe that would be why. I don't know. Thank you, Ohio. Otto or Oliver. I call him Otto. I've called him Oscar. Come here, you turkey. Come here. Come here, monkey. Oh, my little guy. Say hi, everybody. Oh, only 2 weeks? Seems longer than that. Kanga's back. You need to pipe it down, boy. Well, the dogs are barking in the neighborhood all over. And the hillbilly's dog was howling earlier, so one of the beagles are loose or something. Well, hey, West. No, but I accidentally call it. I was just talking to Otto. But it's funny because I'll sometimes holler. I'll say Otto or Oscar or how you doing, West? Oh, daggone. Say hi to Wes. Say hi. He needs a bath, and I want to get him groomed. Not too much, though. I love his hair. I don't want to get him. I know. I didn't mean to cough, though. I took a puff off my e-cigarette at the same time I laughed. But I want to get him groomed, but I don't want to get him like shaved, you know, because I love the shag. Okay. You'd be good, turkey. He's ornery. My neighbor's Jack Russell got snatched by a... Oh. Yeah, see, I know. I never let him go out by himself. I always go outside with him because I'm scared of that too. Even though, I mean, we got a lot of property out here, but we have a big old... Hubs put a huge fence for our dogs because when we first moved in here, my Sadie girl took it upon herself to go across to the neighbors and greet the dogs across there, and she got snapped. Even though we got that fence, I still go outside with Oliver because he's so little, and we have hawks. We've got, can't remember if we have 3 or 4 hawks, and they faithfully come through here. And I'm scared of the coyotes. I will not let Oliver out by himself. Oh, cool, West. Well, I'm glad you're doing well. Really? He's ornery. Thank you, Ohio. I think it was. I heard a ding. Okay, Otto. I know I would be devastated too. Well, it wasn't. Well, it's been, I think, several months ago. Otto, you probably saw it in 10. Carroll County site, I think it was coyotes. Came right up to a back porch of somebody with a little girl. Or was that bobcats? Not bobcats. No, it was, I think it was coyotes. I can, West. Thank you again. Welcome back, Sharon. Yeah, my African gray parrot thinks he's a cat. Excuse me, guys. I gotta get another. Yeah, my kitchen's a mess. Oh. Hey, Mom. Did you know you had orange ginger in here? And a tea. I'm sorry. Forgot to tell you. Huh? Oh, I know, because you ate some of my pizza, didn't you? Now you gotta share it with me. Okay, I'm back, guys. Sorry. Okay, Wes. It's chilly in here. Sorry, I grabbed a piece of pizza too. Oh, wow, you found it too, Chris? I got some good sleuthers. Wonder why my thing keeps, on my end, it keeps blinking. My animals are my kids. And they do have souls. That is my belief. They have to. I know, Sharon. That's what I'm thinking. No, Wes, it's few years back. A wreck. And I can't. Otto was trying to tell me about it, but I can't really remember it. My mom loves Seinfeld, but I could not ever. Yeah, they do, Sharon. And they wouldn't be able to. They wouldn't be able to love us and be so loyal to us. And, if they didn't have a soul. Nobody can, you have to have a soul to be able to have feelings like that. That's why I believe dogs and cats, and I believe animals go to heaven. I know, Otto. I'm sure they are. What was that other show my mom used to watch? Frasier. Oh, and The Monk. She watches The Monk all the time. And she said she's going to start calling me that because of my OCD. Yes, they do, West. They absolutely do, West. You know what? When I cry, my African Grace cries. Exactly, West. I have food in my teeth. Do you share? He's an OCD freak. I don't watch it, but my mom does, and my pastor does. My mom will come out cracking up and telling me a story of whatever just happened on it. And Friends, I would watch a few episodes of it, but it wasn't my favorite show. I mean, it wasn't something that I liked to watch. Right, Sharon. My eye doctor told me to get rid of my bird and my cat when I had a cat. I said, well, sorry, can't do it. Not doing it. But yeah, birds are very, very, very bad for your lungs. Otto runs over trolls. Nick's awful quiet. He probably went to burn the house down. So are mine, West. Matlock. Wow. Haven't watched that in a long time, Ohio. King of Queens. Now that one, yes. I haven't watched it in a long, long time, but I used to share all the time. Yes, that was one of my favorites. Hill Street Blues. There's Nico. How about The Bull? That's newer. Mike and Molly, yeah. Was it, Chris? I didn't know that. Speaking of teeth, I need to get to the dentist. I haven't been to the dentist for so long because I hate the dentist. I'm terrified of the dentist. Me too, West. When I click on the TV, that's where I go first. Absolutely. I don't. Now that darn cat rings a bell, but I don't know about the other two, Chris. Oh my goodness, Sharon. That's terrible. Nobody came, like Red Cross or nobody helped put him in a motel or anything. Years and years ago, we lived in a duplex. I mean, like my son was really little, and our neighbor, she was nuts. I can't even remember why did she do that? Was she mad at her husband, hun? She took a Kleenex. Seriously, this is what happened. Remember when our neighbor years and years ago, when we lived in that duplex, my husband worked third shift. He was asleep. She took a Kleenex, put it on top of the computer, lit it, caught the freaking apartment on fire, the duplex on fire. And it caught on fire so bad it went into our duplex. I can't even remember what happened. I don't even remember how. I wasn't home. It woke my husband up. Oh no, she came and then woke my husband up. The lady did. Anyway, Red Cross and everybody came and they put us in a hotel. And everything until the landlord, I mean, it didn't do too much damage in our duplex except like smoke. So our duplex was livable within like a week or something. But they put us in a hotel and gave us like meal to eat at restaurants and like vouchers to go get new clothes and everything because the smoke ruined our clothes. They didn't help them with that? Oh, okay. And hopefully they'll, well, I don't know, because do they have renter's insurance, Sharon? But then I don't know. Oh man, that's terrible. That's sad. Yeah, poor kitty cat. Yeah, why were they charging it in the house? Really, Lake? You don't think of things like that. Okay, 10, thank you. Have a good night. Sweet dreams. It could, Kanga. It could. I mean, oh, that's sad. Well, we definitely have to pray for them, guys. Gotta split your salad with me. I'm just teasing.
I was gonna say I just mixed it.
Oh. Well, hopefully Red Cross will get some other organizations together and help them at least get a start on a place to live. Yeah, gosh, who would think electric blanket would do that? My stepson sleeps with an electric blanket well, probably not now, but in the wintertime. I know that, Sharon. That's true. I've seen so many articles on that, and my granddaughter, I do it, And my granddaughter the other night, I tucked her in, and then I always, before I finally, laid down for my last time, I always check on my grandkids. Always have. And she was asleep, and her phone was, she had it on the little kickstand thing going in her bed, and that popped in my mind what you just said. And I took it off her bed and sat it on her little nightstand because that popped in my head. Good night, Wes. Thank you for coming. You have a good night. Sweet dreams, sweetheart. Oh, they won't, Sharon? Yeah, Sharon, I think all kids are. Well, I hope you are, West. Wow. That's something else. Oh, I know it. I can't, if I'm on my computer, I can't use emojis or nothing either. So that's why when you guys see me comment, like on, comment back to you on, when you leave replies and I don't leave an emoji, that's why I'm doing it from my computer, not my phone. And in here, I can't. Now, if I'm on regular YouTube, it gives me the emoji option, but in here it doesn't. I don't know why. StreamYard is not up with the times. Really, Otto. I'd think there's a ghost in my house if that happened. Oh, gosh. Are the salons open yet? I haven't even been keeping up with stuff because I'm about ready to get this stuff chopped up off. That's why I have it up all the time. I can't stand my hair. Okay, Chris. You have a good night, buddy. Sweet dreams. I hope we talked enough. I know we got off track and chit-chatted a lot. I have a habit of doing that. But we'll discuss it more. I promise. But you have a good night, buddy. Did you, Sharon? How did you do it? What'd you hit, Sharon? It doesn't give me no option unless it's the old fashioned. I mean, I know used to you would hit gosh, I can't even find that now. The what you call it and 3, but that don't do it. Oh, semicolon and grow. It didn't do it. That's all. Oh, shift semicolon. I didn't do it, Sharon. Well, hi, Stephanie. Must not work on my computer, Sharon. Mine is too. But it's probably because I'm the one running StreamYard. Maybe. I don't know. But I'm glad you can do it, Sharon. How you doing, Stephanie? I know. I know. Families are so hurt. I mean, they didn't get notified, you know? And they should have. Yeah, we've all been busy considering. We've missed you too. Carol, you pop in at the oddest times. I'm sorry. It just came out. I just speak my mind. I mean, you do, though. I know, Kanga. I know. I mean, I know. I don't get it either. I couldn't believe she even got bond. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that, but it's like it's just you do, Carol. Daggone it. She's out, Carol. I'm so thirsty. Lunch. I wish it was only lunchtime here. Well, you know, it's like this. I think Sharon has hit the nail on the head. I think somebody has put all their stimulus checks together. Everybody on Social Security gets one. She probably got one. You've got her mom, her dad, her grandma, and her. If you add them all up, that's probably how she got out. Unless she made a deal. You're right. That would make sense considering they didn't hold her for White County, which is also very, very much a protocol. And if you think back, if you go back and watch the Cold Truth podcast and listen to the phone call Mel made to the White County Jail, I just think there's something odd about that phone call if you listen to the guy on the other end. So, just something to think about. Either which way, the family is not being treated right at all. They weren't treated right the day she was given bond, and they weren't treated right today. They should have been notified. I know it, Sharon, and you are allowed to have your opinion. Hey, this is my platform, and I allow everybody to have their opinion. And I hold no judgment, and I don't allow chaos in here. I think everybody would. Carol. Mel called the White County Jail on her podcast tonight that she did at 5:30, Sharon, to announce that Ashley was out on bond, to see if by chance she was in that jail, because they have a warrant for her. And normally the way it's supposed to work, when you have a warrant in another county and you bond out of one jail, they are to hold you there and call the other county. You're to be held there till the other county comes and picks you up. Evidently, that didn't happen. Mel called White County, asked them if she was there. No, she wasn't. They acted as if they knew nothing about her being bonded out. And, and if you listen to that phone call, it just didn't seem right to me. Now that I think back, I just think something was off. So my take on this is probably, you're right. Everybody probably got their stimulus checks. Grandma, grandpa, mom, Ashley, they put them together, bonded her out, or maybe she made a deal because she never did go to White County Jail. According to the bail or booking, that's who Mel spoke to. Hey, Radar. But that's just my opinion. What song? I miss it. Oh, yeah, Radar Love. I think my hubs fell asleep. I think I hear snoring. Yep, we do. Radar love, share. Radar love. Well, we miss you too, Radar. Well, it could be my Sadie Boo Boo. She snores, but I think it's my husband. It's my husband. It's past his bedtime. Yeah. Yeah. I need to see my radar. He does too. I finally got my B12 shots, Radar. Did you know that? Well, I mean, one shot I gave it to myself. I'm not feeling the effects yet. I did forget to take my vitamins, though, 2 days in a row, guys. Oh, Otto will like this part. He goes crazy when I put my robe on. Oliver does. He jumps like crazy. He bites on it. He gets all excited. Yep, I'm shooting up B12. I know, Sharon. I'm like, man, my pharmacy. They think I'm a walking pharmacy now. It's like more meds. No, I really don't take that many, but most of my meds are stomach meds. Oh, wow, Carol. I don't think any of our parks here are open yet. Oh, I didn't think of that, Radar. Well, see, I thought it was because he thought every time I put the robe on, it was time to go out. So I'd go out, but he'd just stand there, and he won't, you know. Because when he's got to go out, he lets me know. But he likes to be held a lot, too. He's just like a 1-year-old toddler. He likes to be held. Yeah, we have that my robe, she has the same robe. I don't think our parks are open yet. Because I was telling my granddaughter when the park's open, we have to meet with Radar so the kids can play. Auto, yeah, too much info. Yes, Sharon, he sleeps with me. He sleeps he sleeps on this side of me. Sadie Boo Boo sleeps right between us, and Rosie sleeps right down there. This is at the beginning of the night. By morning, Rosie and Sadie swaps places. That Oliver sleeps right beside me over here. Right beside me. Otto's ornery. Ornery. Yeah, the dog, Oliver. And of course my husband does. Yep, king size. Still almost not enough room because I have to shove Sadie over every night. I have to, and it's she knows she's in my spot, and she knows I'm gonna say, "Boo Boo, scoot over." But every night the same thing. He sleeps on his side. Sadie's right between us. But we need an extra king. No, not since Mel's podcast Radar. I know, I'm worried about her too. Oh, we've tried dog beds. Oh yeah, hubby in a dog bed. We've tried dog beds. Nope. Oh, they use them in the daytime. Not at nighttime. Yeah, that's what we need, Sharon. No, I think that's what we have. But there's a bigger king size than ours that we need. Now, Rosie gets down on the floor sometimes if she gets hot. But we have our fans on at night. Always. No, even though I am a cold-blooded person, I still have to have the fan on at night. I'm one of those people. No, she's not. Ginger was here earlier too, Radar. She's not dealing very well. But I mean, hopefully Ginger doesn't run into Ashley. We'll probably be bonding her out. Really, Lake? And my grandkids, they have to have fans. More so, I think, especially my youngest, for the noise. Oh, really? Good night, Babs. Thanks for hanging with us. You have a good night, honey. Sweet dreams. Now, Sharon, we don't have a ceiling fan in this bedroom, and I am so glad because I do get too cold with those. We did at the other house. My husband liked to freeze me out. Now, before I lost weight, I froze my husband out. I closed off all the vents in my bedroom. I had the fan on high, and I cracked the window open in the wintertime. Yes, I did. That's how hot-blooded I was. Now I've flipped on him. And I burn him out. I mean, he's hot all the time, and I'm cold. But see, he gained weight because he quit smoking. Okay, Babs. But see, everybody that's had that surgery that I know of or that was in my support group is the same way. It's like they take your thermostat out or something. But not to bring her up or anything, I never hear Katie Roby talk about being cold all the time. Does anybody else? What? Are you serious, Otto? 27 degrees. Oh, man alive. See, that's what I'm talking about. I can't deal with it. I can't deal with it. Yes, Radar. She does sometimes, Sharon. Okay. I was gonna say everybody that I have known, that I knew, always complained of being cold. It's like they take your thermostat out. Freeze advisor. Man, what is going on? See, and my allergies and my sinuses are driving me crazy the way it is. Okay, hold on. Nick said, I wonder why. Nick, who you responding to? Me or... We are having the same weather here, and it's got my fibromyalgia all stirred up. Now, see, I've been lucky on that, even through the winter. I mean, my body's been somewhat achy. My fibro hasn't really flared. My other pain issues, you know, the weather's messed with that, but my fibro has held pretty steady. Snowstorm heading to New England. Yeah, yeah, Sharon. Oh, okay. That's what I thought you meant, Nick. Fibro is a terrible thing, but like I said, I've been pretty lucky. It hasn't really... Mine hasn't really flared too much. I'm on Cymbalta, And I have to say that does help me. Now, my daughter-in-law has it. And hers, she's had issues with hers a lot. And they put her on Cymbalta, but she couldn't take it. She said the Cymbalta made her skin burn really, really bad. But she only took it for one day. I told her she should have give it a couple more days to maybe, but she wouldn't. Yeah, mine usually does too, Ohio, but I've been lucky. Now my pain in my neck and my shoulders and my neuropathy in my hand. Now my neuropathy's been really giving me it's been really bad. Oh yeah, Sharon, that can be a killer. My mom's got degenerative arthritis. And then I've got my back hasn't been bothering me bad, but I can't even pronounce it, lumbar stonitis or something like that. That's not, my back doesn't bother me too bad. Now my son's got lumbar a different word. It's narrowing of the back or something. And he does hard labor. Yeah, mine's 62, Sharon. Cold Truth is back. Where you been, woman? I don't have to ask. You've probably been working on the podcast. I can't believe we're still on, guys. I really need to go. It's after midnight. I still got to do my Bible study, watch my show. Oh, gosh, yeah, 27 degrees. Yeah, I think his is stenosis. Mine's lumbar spondylosis. His is stenosis. Narrowing, they said. Narrowing of the back, which I don't understand. Plus, he's got slip discs, I think. But my back doesn't bother me too bad unless, like, I'm squatting for a while. Or when I was heavier, though, I couldn't stand for a long time or walk for a long time. In the back, Sharon, see, I've got herniated disc 5, 6, 7, 8 in my neck. And I can't, like, when I'm driving, it's hard for me to look all the way that way. Now, when I was going to physical therapy, it was getting better. Haven't been able to do that because of the virus. Oh, are you, Mel, driving with kids? Yeah, we were talking about the podcast, the phone call you made. It should be warmer, but can't make up its mind, Carol. In the neck, yeah. Believe it or not, it hurts the most at night when I'm sitting up in bed. Yep, we're falling apart, guys. Well, it is, Mel. I was saying that I was thinking back on that phone call now that you made, and something doesn't sound right about it. The guy didn't really sound that surprised. He didn't. Something's off about that phone call. In my opinion, one of the two. Well, Sharon suggested first, and I agree. I think everybody got their stimulus checks. Mom, Grandpa, Grandma. Ashley probably got hers. They probably put them all together. Or maybe some kind of deal was made. It's just awful funny that they did not hold her there like they are legally supposed to do when you're bonded out. They are supposed to hold you, call the other facility that has a warrant for you, and tell them, and hold you until that other facility comes to get you. They are to hold you for 10 days until that facility comes to get you. If that facility doesn't come within those 10 days, that's a different story. Something's fishy. So I think one of those two things, and that's just my opinion. I'm not an expert or anything. It's her latest one. Sharon. Just a second. That's not it. Did you take it down, Mel? Oh, Radar dropped it. Yeah, I don't think so either, Mel. D's bones, geez. I haven't heard that forever, Otto. No, I'm thinking of something else. D's nuts. um, I couldn't find it just now either, Sharon. Don't know why. I don't know, Kanga. Aching bones, those bones. Thank you, Radar. Yeah, so that'd be $250 cash. Probably. I'm pretty sure that's how White County works. Their bonds are really cheap and easy there, usually. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know, man. I know I keep referring back to Tippecanoe County. That's just because I'm most experienced there. I mean, that's where my son got in trouble from. And then, I'm on 2 or 3 message boards from there that post daily about people and their charges and their bonds. And it's just never would have happened there. Never. I mean, never. I don't know. Oh, Otto, me too. you know, I haven't seen my neurosurgeon for a while. Well, and then when I do, I won't get my shot because I have to get my EEG done first. And I rescheduled, well, I canceled that I can't remember why I had to cancel it. And then I wasn't able to reschedule because of the virus popped up. But I'll have to get that done before I get a shot. So I'm winging it, man. I've never had one in the back. I'm a weenie when it comes to that. I am a wuss. But usually if he gives me them in my neck, that relieves all the pain, like in my shoulders, because the pain in my shoulders are radiated from the pain in my neck. You've had back surgery, Radar? See, I'm terrified of surgery. I won't have neck or back surgery. My father-in-law had the neck surgery, though. Well, that wouldn't be justice, though, for the families or for us, Carol. Do you, Sharon? 10 gets them in the back, too. And my aunt does, too. And see, he alternates mine, too, in neck and shoulder. I mean, he'll usually ask me where my worst pain is, but I usually rather get him in the neck, even though it hurts really bad in the neck. But I know he's barking at my grandson. Is Papa asleep?
I think so, on the couch.
Eight back surgeries, Stephanie? Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's what my father-in-law said too, Lake, but I'm too chicken. They brought it up to me. I mean, they haven't asked me if I want it. They've just, you know, but yeah. See, Stephanie, that's what I got. That's where it's weird, isn't it? Your neck. I mean, your shoulder hurts because of your neck.
I don't care if you want to.
Hey, Bubs, I don't think we're going to be able to watch our movie tonight.
Why?
Well, for one, I'm ahead of you. You're going to have to watch it at a different time than me.
Wow.
Because I'm on episode 8. You fell. I forget what episode you fell asleep on.
Nice. I think I fell asleep on episode 6.
I do too. Oh, Cher. I'm sorry.
I'm going to change the Wi-Fi. I'll be right back. Sorry, I had to change the Wi-Fi.
Wow, Otto.
This pizza's good.
Yeah, the Tylenol and Motrin. It never
Did
did.
your grandma make tamales?
Sharon.
No, I've never heard of it.
Bee Gees songs.
Oh.
Oh, man.
I get it from my mom.
You know, like Bee Gees? Hey, my neurosurgeon is, he's Oriental too, but he's Chinese. He's awesome, though. He's like the best.
Kinley's on Roblox right now.
He's from the Mayo Clinic. He's got an office in Lafayette and Indy.
Alright. PG.
Well, guys, I think I'm going to sign off. It's 12:30.
PUBG.
What did he say?
What did you say? He didn't say anything.
What did he say about black?
He didn't say anything.
I guess he did. I heard
No,
him.
he didn't. He didn't say anything. Why did you look at
Because I heard what he said.
What did he say?
Something about it. What? Why is he black or something?
What? No, he didn't.
You better quit lying, boy.
I'm not lying. Oh, teacher?
Yes, definitely try to come back, Stephanie. Thank you all for being here. So, you all have a very good night. What was wrong exactly with your neck at Radar?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, does this let you guys talk for a few minutes afterwards like regular YouTube? You hear Oliver talking to me? He's got to go out.
Sorry.
Yes, we always keep families in prayer. Keep Otto in your prayers. Keep each other in prayers, guys.
Oh.
Okay, y'all. You have a good night. And I'll be back tomorrow night.
No, you're a traitor.
He's being loud. So, I love you all. Yeah, please keep the families in your prayer, guys.
For what?
They're having a difficult time dealing with this.
Oh yeah. No, there's a story, but like it didn't say anything. All it said was, oh, why would he run to the wall? Well, whoever it is.
I get that, Otto. I know, man.
You have to get
So, hey guys, I will see you tomorrow night. Y'all have a good rest of the night or morning now. But I love y'all and God bless.
Yeah, there's some metal ones.
Sweet dreams.